By the way, I didn't know that was a job available. I'd have applied if that's the going for.
Mate, I could have probably got odds on you. I wish you would have done.
I'm better than Frank Lampard.
Managing?
Yeah.
It's a good, well, I'm not
Just
going
in
to
life.
argue on that.
Jay here for Stretford Paddock. This is Off the Bar, brought to you by Green King Sport. Joining me is Mr. Stephen Howson. How are we?
Yeah, great.
All right, slow down. Yeah. No need to get overexcited. I know you love talking about Manchester United Football Club, but there'll be plenty of opportunities for that. Also, Mr. Joe McGrath, it's about time you're on this channel.
Yeah, well, you know, Smith's still away, eating the wonders of Thailand, isn't he?
Yeah.
And Vietnam.
If that's what you can call it. I thought it was called sex tourism, but whatever.
But I am the Joe that steps in and helps out.
Have you spoke to Mr. Smith lately?
Yeah, he only replies if it's really needed. So he's definitely across his phone. So like nice questions like how's your holiday
I'm getting an occasional
going?
lol.
Yeah.
I get nothing like that. But then if I say, something to do with money, he replies instantly.
Right. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. I asked him to do a charity event. I purposely held back the fee.
Right.
He didn't reply at all.
Yeah.
I messaged him the fee straight away.
Really? Wow.
Absolutely
you lot charging
Joe
fees
Smith,
for charity events?
No.
Wow, there you've just let us have a little peek behind the curtain then, haven't you?
No.
See, when me and Steve do charity events, we don't charge anyone. No.
Yeah, message them then.
Right.
Don't use them.
We're doing one of the 18th of May at FC United. Hopefully.
Yes, please.
No, I can tell you what we're doing. Do you know when you cross the line at the Manchester 10K?
Yeah.
For 4 hours, we're wishing people good luck.
Right.
When they cross the line?
No.
They've already fucking crossed the line, Joe.
I think you've
crossed the line.
I've got
you
the
were there last time, weren't you?
Yeah. Well done, everyone. You've done really
do
well.
Like when I crossed the line,
I just missed you.
Yeah,
you just missed me.
Oh right, because he was shouting out like when I got there.
Actually, I do remember seeing you because you had the full kit on, didn't you?
Yeah,
That's what we're doing this year.
Yeah, so you and Joe Smith are doing that.
Yeah.
Are we doing it this year? Are you doing it?
When is it?
End of May. Last Sunday of May.
26th of May, I think it is.
That's the one.
Maybe.
Okay, we'll talk about that. Yeah, I want to do. This is the last time I want to do it, and then I want to try and do the half marathon after this year.
That's this weekend, isn't it? Oh no,
not
the Manchester one is this weekend.
Yeah, I want to move up. So this will be my third one if I do it.
Fucking hell.
I know.
I like how you're repping the University of Salford hoodie.
I know. Thank you. I often.
I am an alumni.
I often. What is it?
So
Joe calls me a Poindexter when I wear this.
We all Salford alumni as well. Did you finish your degree?
Yes, but I can't get up by the back end of it. They've got rid of the comedy course now because no one's doing it.
The comedy course, rightly so. What the hell's that? Like, is that what you did?
I know, I did a fuck, but it was in the news today that the comedy course, which Peter Kay and Jason Manford did, got rid of.
They did that course.
Right. Let's be honest. That didn't make them.
Yeah.
No.
They were
That's
hilarious.
the problem. Is that fuckwits were probably signing up for that, thinking they're going to get a DVD, but. That's not how it works.
No, it's not.
Yeah. You need to be able to frog and bucket on a fucking Monday, putting the hours in.
He loves his comedy.
What did you do, by the way?
Quantity surveying.
Wow.
No,
do you know what? You wouldn't have picked that in a million years, would you?
Wow.
Hey, if I gave you 10 years to guess what he did, you would never have got there. Like, yeah, he was big in the quantity surveying game, man.
Uh-huh. Could you still do it now? Surveying that?
You never lose it.
Right. For anyone who's thinking, I'd like to be a quantity surveyor. For one, no, you don't. Right. I guarantee it.
Secondly, no one's thinking that, by the way, Steve.
Someone is. Someone's thinking.
Really? Imagine you thought it, didn't you? So yeah, the probably.
Do you know what I was pitched? I was pitched that there's all sorts of corruption involved. Like you get fucking weighed in to get that.
Oh,
job,
is that what made you go for it?
A bit of cash off the back of it.
Yeah.
Nope. That was a main contractor one, so we got fuck all.
Really?
Yep. There was a geezer built an house.
Right.
Off the back of Deansgate Lock. So one of the big towers that went up there. I'm not going to say which one.
Yeah.
The big tower that went up there.
Yeah.
He was offering main contractors, hey, do you want to do the scaffolding around this? All right, well, let me just show you this that you'll be doing for free if you want to win that job. And he managed to get an entire £2 million house built off all the contractors who wanted the big skyscraper job by getting his little thing built.
Wow. Really?
And I was like, I'm up for a bit of that level of corruption, man.
Nice.
Sort me out. No, I used to get United tickets because we had an execs, so I used to get the aways. That was the only perk I ever had of working there.
Is quantity surveyor where you've got like the camera or whatever is on the tripod? Is that that dude?
It can be.
Yeah.
But we just used to fucking old tape measure. So I was quantity surveyor for a scaffolding company. So we've built 100 metres of scaffolding, 2 lifts. You owe us 40 grand,
No,
right?
Alright.
And they'd go, well, I've been and measured it, and it's more like 97. And you'd be like, look, mate, right? Got fucking 17 jobs on. How about shut the fuck up, get it paid? Because actually, we've already done the rest of it, so shut up.
That was what you had to do, basically.
Really?
So it was like 2 weeks ago measuring what was done.
Yeah.
2 weeks of arguing with fuckers about how much you did.
I can see why you didn't want to continue that as a career.
And
It's not, I mean, I had worse jobs than that,
absolute
to be fair, before.
Black
I went
belt
to-
in
your worst
Excel
job?
spreadsheets.
Really? Oh, you love spreadsheets.
I'm
You
good at them
He's
because of
good.
that.
At, he's
You're very
like a
good at
ninja at
spreadsheets.
spreadsheets, believe it or not. I will go to what I'm doing. I'll just go, come here.
We had to do stuff where it would
Honestly,
work out.
I hate spreadsheets.
So you have
mate.
your on-hire date
I
from the
can't
day it was
stand them.
erected, and then you have your off-hire date, which is the day that it gets stripped. And then we had a way of working out that what percentage. So what you would do is you would charge a job
Yeah.
70, 20, 10, or sometimes 50, 40, 10. So 50% on the erect, 40% over the length of hire,
Pause.
10% of the
Strip.
on the strip, right? So there would be formulas we'd have to come up with in Excel. So you want your scaffolding for 18 weeks. So I bill you monthly. So we've got to work out what percentage we get from blah, 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 automatically.
yeah.
Fill it. Fucking nightmare.
No, well, it doesn't sound the most glamorous job, but I had worse.
Really? Anyway, you've got a pay 50% to be erect?
No, but my worst one was working in a fridge.
10% for the strip.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, the strip gets you rats. I worked in a fridge.
You worked in a fridge?
Yeah, it was a refrigerated thing in Trafford Park, and I was on a stand-up stacker truck driver in a fridge. And
No.
and my hands were freezing all the time because I'm always cold me anyway. And I just have to go to the toilet every like 20 minutes and put my hand on the heater just to give myself a 2-minute break.
hell.
It was minging. Honestly, I hated it.
Did you get ill from working in
Nah,
the fridge?
I mean,
That's a common misconception that being
Yeah.
cold gets you a
No,
cold.
I think-
Oh, does it
It's a
not?
virus, yeah.
yeah. So no, I didn't. I mean, no, I didn't get ill.
Your
from
immune
that.
system can get weakened by
Yeah.
being in cold, but
It was horrible.
you don't get a cold. from
But
being
it
cold.
it motivated me to go back to college and try and do something with my life. I hate it. What about you? You've had a few jobs, haven't you?
No,
Before you was
just
a radio star.
Some of the radio jobs were a bit mad.
What's the worst job you've been sent on as part of the radio?
There was the NFL coverage. I think I might have said this on another pod, but
Well, you can say
I
it on this one.
essentially had to listen to NFL on the radio and a minute ahead of everyone else in the UK because we took American coverage, but because there's so many sponsors,
Yeah.
I was working for the BBC, I had to let the studio know when an advert was coming in. And let's just say I missed about 3 Coca-Cola adverts and never got invited back. And it's BBC, you can't have adverts.
Right.
So you're supposed to write down, right, 50, right, I listened to an ad at 51:30, so then they're going to have to dip the fader
Yeah.
and start talking at 52:30. Do you get it?
Yeah,
Simple
yeah.
maths.
Let's go to a call because we got an
Yeah,
advert
yeah.
playing.
The people in the studio, mate, man, I can't concentrate for that long. So throughout the whole game, I just sort of dipped off and boom.
ADD McGrath in the corner is
Yeah.
like,
Coca-Cola Cherry got 2 shout-outs and they were fuming. They were fuming.
The
Oh,
only
I was
company that's
like,
ever
I'm
been advertised on the
so-
BBC.
I know.
And that's down to you.
he's like,
It's
you missed
all-
another advert.
Yeah.
He's hands deep in what's it's like.
Spluttering. Sorry.
Oh, it was such a because the main producer who gave me a lift home at the end of
So
the whole
what? How
thing.
typical that's the worst job he's had.
I know. Like, I missed some adverts.
I had to
well,
listen to the NFL,
NFL.
and write down when
No,
it was
because
an
one of
advert.
the job.
Oh, my heart bleeds.
I worked in a cafe for about 8 years. That just got that was
Well,
my
there
job.
you go.
I went from cafe to radio.
What was it bad in the cafe? Or did you enjoy it?
Oh, well, no, it was all right.
Are we talking cafe or a calf?
It was. It's in Bruntwood Park in Stockport. When it got sunny, it was busy.
Was
Carnage. 99s everywhere. Like you've never seen anything like it in your life.
Really?
And it was an Italian family running it. Still do. They're wonderful. Didn't really get on with one of them. And that's when it all erupted.
What, you didn't get on with one of the members of the family? What happened?
It was something like. I don't know.
Go on.
We never saw eye to eye.
Really? Did it kick off?
Yeah, kicked off. And that's why.
What,
I left.
you've
I
scrapping
left
and that?
No,
Fighting?
Nearly.
Really? I
nearly.
can't
In the
imagine you fighting.
In the kitchen.
You're so lovable.
In the kitchen.
I live up against the wall with a wafer by his front.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to have to take an order like a cheese toasty, and then used to give them a number.
Right.
I never gave them a number, and then it would cause chaos in the kitchen.
You never gave them a number?
No, he never gave them.
Right.
He used to
So you're in the back going, cheese toasting, 9 people go, yes, that's me, mate.
And it was
Why
just
couldn't he
carnage.
get his head round the system?
It's a very straightforward system, I'm going to be honest with you, Joe.
Yeah.
Very straightforward.
You just told it me and I got it.
Yeah, you got it straight
It's
away.
not complicated. So
Complacency.
did you tell him about himself?
Because because he thought, I can't get the sack, can I? You know,
Because
can't
his
sack
family
your own
is
son.
Yeah. So you thought
So,
you
yeah.
can't get a sack,
So
but
it's
you
a
can
big
Pretty
row.
wrong on that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what did you just get asked to leave?
No, I left.
Did you?
I left. I called him the C word.
Really?
Chubby.
Clown.
Clown. No. Higher. That one.
Higher.
Right,
say
let's
on
move
here,
on anyway. Give me. Don't encourage anyone.
Put in the comments what you think.
Stop
of the C
talking
word.
right now. No. Let's talk about Manchester United, for Pete's sake. Giving youth a chance. That's what we're going to talk about because, amongst other things, by the way, this isn't the only topic. Because United have turned to the youngsters a little bit this season, and you could argue that our only real bright sparks have been some of the younger players. Yeah. Mainoo is obviously the greatest player in the history of association football. Willie, even. Kambwala is the best defender the world has ever seen. And Alejandro Garnacho is...
Outside of Amsterdam.
Yeah, sorry, well said. And Wes Brown. Alejandro Garnacho is the greatest Argentinian footballer ever.
You would say that coming the end of the season when we give out our awards that one of them three might win it. Well, Garnacho and Mainoo probably in the two. Who's going to win it?
What, player of the year?
Yeah.
It's not a great pool of players,
list,
is it?
But
in terms of who's had a great season.
I think they're probably going to take it.
Listen, it's an academy product, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is an academy product. He's come in and been a bit of a shock to everyone this season. And he's done well when he's been called upon, and I think Jonny Evans walks away with it.
Do you know what? If he hadn't got injured, I think he would have done.
Yeah.
He's probably, his ratio of good games to appearances is probably the highest than anyone's in the squad.
If I'd have told you,
Like,
United
genuinely.
signed Jonny Evans in the summer, and we're going to have no fit defenders, but we're going to go to Anfield with Jonny Evans playing centre half, and you're going to keep a clean sheet, and you're going to go...
Yeah, that was crazy, that game.
What? Was it Burnley when he started away? Burnley away, wasn't it?
It was Anfield the week after us.
Yeah, and you remember he started the Burnley game, and all my group chats were like, clubs in the mud. What's going on? We're a joke. Jesus wept. Jonny Evans left in 2014 or whatever it was for 2015 for a reason. Like, I love Jonny Evans, but every sentence was starting like, and then he puts in a man of the match performance and assists the winner.
I spoke to Helen in Copenhagen. I was like, I can't believe how well he's played. She's like, I can't fucking believe how well he's played.
Didn't you speak to him? Wasn't he a bit like, I don't know what's going on here?
Well, you summer, wasn't it?
Yeah, you Macca spoke to him, and he was a bit like, don't know, like, he just asked me to come in. Like, mint.
Mad.
Well, he's like, Reece Bennett's injured, so they wanted someone to fill in for a couple of training games before they go on tour. And I'm coming on a tour. I'll see what. And we're like, oh, where are you going to be playing next year? He was like, I don't know yet.
Don't know. Did you have half an eye on Paddock?
What do you mean half an eye? Signing up on my fucking top pocket.
Can I have your autograph, Johnny? Can I have your autograph? Just to let you know, that's legally binding. Well, do you know what the mad thing is against Wrexham? He had a bit of a stinker, didn't he?
Paul Mullins fucking battered him.
Yeah. And you're like, oh God, this doesn't bode well.
Well, we was like...
The League Two team are tearing Jonny Evans apart.
When did we speak to him? I think we spoke to him in Dublin, and he's like... I can't remember when the fuck it was, because he told us he was getting a deal, and then we told...
You spoke to him in San Diego, didn't you?
And Vegas. Well, we spoke to him pretty much everywhere, actually.
Yeah.
But it was like, at some point, he told us he was getting a deal.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure it came after that Wrexham game.
No, it wasn't.
Because we was all like, we ain't going to fucking deal now, is it? That's off the table.
No, it was definitely after the Wrexham game. Because I remember watching that Wrexham game thinking, he can't play.
So we're like, he's got a deal, and we're like, really? How bad is the situation at Old Trafford?
Who do you think offered him the deal? Did Ten Hag go? We need him in the squad.
That's a good point.
Who decided that's Jonny Evans? Yeah, let's get him for a year.
I think it made Ten Hag. I think he
might
have looked at him in training and looked at him around the players and thought, you've got a guy here. If I don't give him any minutes, he isn't going to moan.
Does Ten Hag have the authority to just dish out 1 year deals? So I genuinely have no idea, and I think that's been the issue over the last decade. Is no one has a fucking clue who is the decisive person at Carrington. I don't think they have one.
I want to ask you this because I've not spoke to you about it off camera or on camera.
Nick Cage and whether he was actually able to remember being in the womb.
I think we should get him.
That's a crazy thing you just said then.
Yeah,
where did that come from, Nick Cage?
I think we could get him on the brew.
What, Nick Cage?
Yeah, he's skint, innit? Have you seen the amount of films he does? I reckon we could get a few £100 together and get in, like, if he's ever in England, I reckon we can make that happen.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll just grill him about how shit he is.
Yeah, it'll be funny.
Right,
it'll be great content. John Murtaugh, what's your opinion on him? I've not asked you yet. I don't think I've ever asked you this, which is weird. I'm sure I must have.
So I spoke to a couple of the academy lads, lads that had left. some might say that are now very active on Twitter.
I wonder who that could be.
No, it's
not the one I'm thinking of.
It's not Demi Mitchell.
Right, thanks. We spent too long together.
No, I don't think I spoke to Demi about him. No, I don't think I have. No, it's anyway.
Yeah.
So when he was given the job as director of football, there was people in the academy. At the time, he was, I don't know, whatever admin role he had in the academy that weren't having him.
Yeah.
And there was some of the C words that he was trying to say was being banded around. And then what happened with Nicky Butt happened, which I don't think's ever been widely reported.
Was it falling out?
I think
Laurie had it. Laurie had it in it, and he said
you could absolutely say it was
because Laurie wrote in that article, and he said when he wrote in the article, he said, I said to him, we had him on air, I'm sure you were, and he said,
oh yeah, because I asked him where he got it from.
yeah,
Right,
yeah,
I
that's
remember.
it. Yeah. I think you might have had a hand in all of this. And he said the only thing that Laurie wrote an article saying John Murtaugh, loads of stuff in it about him. There was 2 things in it that he pushed back on. One that he'd fell out with Fergie, and another one that he'd had a physical confrontation with Nicky Butt. And I think the pushing back on it wasn't really physical. It was just a bit of a row. Yeah. And the thing with Fergie was, it wasn't really pushing back. It was more like, I really respect Sir Alex Ferguson, and we've not got a problem. Where I think if you ask Fergie, he might tell you something otherwise.
Yeah.
But
might
that
say
was
the C word that Joe was trying to hide.
exactly. So I think that was the sort of the only pushback.
There was people that dealt with him when he was an academy guy and was saying he's fucking clueless. That wasn't the C word. And there was a few other things as well with him. And then when he got the director of football role, you kind of like, well,
is it not just a bit?
It's not a Paul Mitchell appointment, is it?
It felt a bit
kinda
jobs for the boys in terms of someone who gets on with the Glazers and who's
I also
ingratiated himself
now
with them.
know why he was given the job. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, so let's say it, and then
Timestamp it.
I'll text the person involved.
When you say these things, it always ends well.
So he was going to move to the MLS.
Right.
He had a job offer in the MLS.
I think this is in the article so far.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm going to the MLS. And then he was like, no, you're not. How about we pay you like $3 million a year, whatever it was. And then he stayed.
I mean, why are we in a position where John Murtaugh can sort of
Well, it just shows
blackmail,
why
threaten to leave?
contract
I don't know.
negotiations have gone as well as they've gone over the last decade, doesn't it?
Did you hear anything positive about him?
I mean, I haven't heard anything like
I know you've not heard anything overly.
did he trash his hotel rooms? Right?
No.
I have no idea. Like,
For me, I've heard a couple of things that make me think
makes a mean Caesar salad.
Yeah, he's not that great. And then also the way the club's been for the last 10 years, and he's been part of this club, and the transfer policy that's been shambolic.
When did he join? Was it 2013?
He joined, Moyes brought him in, which is one of the reasons why apparently Fergie fell out of him, because he felt that he stabbed Moyes in the back. Because he went behind.
I was
Moyes'
one of
back.
the people.
Yeah, because he went to apparently he went to Woodward and the board or the Glazer or whatever and said the dressing room, the atmosphere is terrible. And Fergie never forgave him for that, because Fergie felt you go behind the manager's back.
The guy who brought you in.
Yeah, and you should never ever do that. That's like, a line in the sand. You don't do that. If you've got an issue, you take it to the manager. Or like if you think the dressing room's not happy or whatever.
Well, you can see why Woodward liked him, because he's a fucking snake.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the thing that
By the way, you
Laurie's...
said he's got a job?
I was just about to ask, what's he up to now, Woodward?
Let me find it, because it's like, I think he's...
Isn't he hanging around with Gary Lineker?
Is he? What?
They live near each other, don't they?
With his podcast company or something?
No, I don't know.
No, I can't remember who it is. I'm going to sit here Googling on the podcast.
Can we have a look, see if we can find out where Ed Woodward is currently employed?
It literally broke yesterday.
Google Ed Woodward role.
He works in the fridge now.
It's back. Ed Woodward back in football.
He's a quantity surveyor. They always sort of fail upwards, though. Not that you can necessarily going upwards from leaving United, but
Gary Cook.
Yeah, he'll get another job, like they'll put him in charge of Pepsi or something ridiculously big and well paid. And you're like, hang on a minute.
How's he got that?
That's what happens, though, isn't it?
What's the salary? $8 million.
Yeah. It's like, I just wrecked United Football Club for the best part of 10 years, but now I've just walked into a job as head of media for McDonald's.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
like, what?
Work your new job in artificial intelligence.
No, he's in football. It's somewhere down south.
For who?
Bloomsbury Football Foundation.
Bloomsbury Football Foundation. Oh, that. Yeah,
Who the
they
fuck
do
is
all my
Bloomsbury?
best football foundations.
Probably, I don't know.
In the UK?
Yeah, it's down south somewhere. It's where he lives.
Yeah.
Ducks in the village.
Yeah, fair enough. I think with Murtaugh, you don't really know what he actually did, but you can look at what's gone on during his tenure and go, it wasn't exactly impressive. So if he's had anything to do with any of it, then he's got to take some responsibility.
As well, if they actually did anything worth a wank, they'd be fucking telling you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
can
the
you
fact that
even...
there's nothing.
Like every podcast, this episode of Off the Bar is brought to you by Green King Sport, where football is more than a game.
Make Green King your go-to destination for the season's final stretch. One, you can watch every single televised United game down with delicious food and refreshing beverages, and 900 sports clubs are dotted around the UK, so the chances are you're within walking distance of your local Green King.
Let's be honest, watching football is way better with friends and family. So get the squad together for every televised Premier League fixture in an atmosphere that's worth sharing, isn't it? That includes huge title showdowns, the race for European qualification, and the nail-biting relegation battle.
And don't forget to download the Green King Sport app for exclusive competitions and discounts whenever there's a game on. Check out the link in the description. Can you pinpoint one signing post Fergie that you can go, that was a really great signing? Bruno is probably the only one.
It's the
I agree with
light,
that.
isn't it?
And who signed him?
Exactly, no one really.
And that's the thing. It's like, and I think so. I say this all the time. Klopp gets attributed with signing loads of players, but we know that he didn't sign those players. No. And then managers sometimes unfairly get Ollie signed Maguire for 80 mil. Did he?
Yeah.
Or did he go? I need a centre half.
No,
I don't know. I don't know what the arrangement was with that, or with any signing. You know, I don't know how many times a manager gets told these are the options we think we can get, and he goes right.
Well, that's what I think Jose alluded to that in a press conference where he said, I'll give them options, and they came back. I think there was one summer where he got 3 out of his 4. I think the one he didn't get was Perisic, and he more or less said that. He didn't say I didn't get Perisic, but he said there was a winger I wanted from, Italy. That
Eastern European.
Yeah.
They're big. Absolutely massive.
Yeah. So I think you're right. I think there's some sort of system where they go, right, here's what you can have, is what we want, okay, it lines up. But then there was a time when managers were getting players they didn't even want. Like Jose didn't want Fred. Ollie didn't want Donny van de Beek.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So,
the
fact they never played any of them sort of gives you an indication. The fact that Jose, after the Juve game when we got beat 1-0, said, I looked on my bench and no one was there. And Fred was sat there. After the game, that kind of indicates he didn't really want Fred.
Jose was funny, wasn't he? That era, you look back on that, you see those.
Steve's best mate.
Those little games. You've obviously met him.
Have you seen the Paddock thing that he did for us?
Yeah, that was nice.
That was class. That.
And he seems sound, doesn't he? He's sound.
Yeah, I'd like to have. I reckon it'd have been mega to go and have a scran or something like that.
Yeah.
And actually have a conversation.
Was it very?
No
I know we've touched on this before, so I won't dwell on it. But we'll just talk about it briefly. Was it very much the interview and that was it? Was there much before or after?
It was a little bit before, and then afterwards there was a lot of people in the room.
Really?
Fucking baggers in the room for one.
Well, he gets well.
So, I mean,
He doesn't he these days, baggers?
Yeah, mate, he's busy.
So he was getting a bit selfied up and that. But yeah, it'd have been cool for him to just come and have a pint, because a lot of especially with Rio and that, a lot of the times, very lucky to do it, but like a lot of the times we cut on something, you usually get quite a bit before and you get quite a bit after. Or just some of the guests that we've had, they've been on my train going back, so we've ended up having a good 2-hour chat with them afterwards. Yeah, and that's where you get a proper convo with someone. So we didn't really get that with Jose, and I think he had other sort of commercial stuff lined up that day. So he was kind of, as soon as we finished, he was on the phone, he did his selfies, and then he was like, right, I've got to go do whatever. And we also had to get a bit of a skedaddle on because we were flying back, flew in and out the same day.
Right.
To Lisbon. Yeah, a bit of a long fucking day.
Great Lisbon.
Wouldn't
You've
know.
been to Lisbon?
No.
It's great. It's great fun.
Literally one hotel.
Yeah.
And then in and out, like we didn't stay.
Fucking hell.
Fucking in and out. Madness, long day.
So youth has been the one shining light. Do you think that if you're Erik tonight, do you look at some of these youngsters and think, look, league's sort of getting away from us, give a few more of them a chance, or do you think you need to stick with the experience you've got?
You got the likes of Garnacho now probably on their way to being an established, certainly squad member. Whether or not he's an established starter or not, I'm not sure. There's a lot of growing still needs to happen from him, and the consistency comes with age and experience. You know, you're not expect. I think Fergie said that you don't expect consistency from youngsters. Their performances will go all over the show.
Yeah.
Except Mainoo. who's been very consistent, I think. But even Hoyland's still extremely young.
Yeah.
So there is a bit of youth on our side there. I saw something that we've given the most minutes by a long way, more than the rest of the top 6 combined, I think, in terms of minutes that we've given to teenagers this season. So long may that continue. But yeah, the likes of Kambwala and that. I think Mainoo's just over the what's he about kind of horizon.
Yeah.
I think we kind of know what he's about, and I think you can almost expect and project what he's going to go and be. I think Kambwala, if I said to you now, so Kambwala's just basically played 90 minutes. If you looked at the first 90 minutes for Januzaj, Makeda, Wilson, Rossi,
Paddy McNair,
Donald Love, Brandon
Seriously,
Williams,
I said it the other day on the live.
Josh
Mint
Harrop.
debut.
It's like,
Yeah. Not trying to be funny.
Levitt.
They did, yeah.
Like, Joe, if you looked at, I think those 3 or 4, maybe 5, maybe 6 games, those first few games, you've worked your entire life for this moment. I think adrenaline and the wishes of everybody and probably a little bit of simplifying of your instruction and role in that game. Like, the word on the street is David Moyes used to be like, Adnan, you enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Right, lads, here's the tactics. That was what I heard. And then Louis got in and he was like, right, lads, here's the tactics. And fucking Januzaj spinning around looking at the guy and he was fuck him off.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of freedom given to youngsters, which I think allows for a lot of those very exciting Makeda level. If you'd have watched Makeda's first, 2 or 3 games and said, right, I need you now to gamble where he's going to be, you'd have been like, Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, no.
Like, you'd have said something outrageous like that. So it doesn't always work like that. So I think Kambwala had an excellent game, and from a technical point of view, a tactical point of view, a physical point of view, all those boxes were ticked.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean the next game's like that. Doesn't mean the next game's like that. Doesn't mean the 6th, 10th, 15th, 24th first game's like that.
Especially for a defender where if you're a winger or whatever and your next game is a bit of a stinker, the worst thing is you've not scored or assisted a goal.
That's the other thing.
If your next game as a centre half is a stinker, you've cost your team
keeper.
you've cost your team the game.
Just on the look at you said the league's done, and I just think unfortunately, I mean, I said looking ahead, we've got to be consistent with looking behind us. Newcastle and Chelsea. It could be. I don't think you can finish 9th with Man United and still keep your job next year. So I think there is still
Sir Alex Ferguson and it's 989 or whatever.
13th.
Yeah,
but it's still that.
It's not happening now, is it?
Where's your standards?
There's still that pressure in there to make sure you don't slip into 7th, 8th, or even 9th.
Do you know what it is though?
That's intense.
If you're Erik tonight, you've got to get your salesman hat on. You've got to go into that boardroom, right? And you've got to go, look, do you want Europa Conference League football next season? Do you really want to start again next season? The best way to start again next season.
Lemonade.
Exactly. Yeah. You want to focus on the Premier League, the FA Cup.
Here's what we've decided.
Yeah.
We're going to come 9th.
Yeah.
And we're going to not have midweek.
Yeah.
And we're going to win the league next year with Erik Ten Hag at the helm.
Thank
you heard it here first. Vote Erik.
That's it you got to do. That's what you got to do. You've got to sort of convince it. It's a positive. We've been trashed for about 6 months.
No, look, do you want to be bad? Do you want to be under average? Or do you want to be well shit and dip all of this out?
Yeah.
So you see the last couple of times outsiders won the league. Chelsea, Leicester. No European football.
Exactly.
Talk to me.
He should send you in. And it's got any sense, Steve. Do me a favour. I've got a meeting with David and Jim. Can you come down?
What colour ties are we wearing? We've got a match.
Yeah.
Solid colours. Team.
That's it, man. You got to sell that shit. Because I think the crazy thing is, I agree with what you're saying to a certain degree, but I think the FA Cup can save him. Even if we finish 9th.
Yeah, but then we're in Europe.
Oh, bollocks, yeah. Then he's arguing.
We finished 9th, and then we won the cup. Oh, shit.
Oh, no. It's like, Erik, come here. We listened to what you said and we agreed. That's why we're sacking you. You got us into Europe by the back door.
Well.
I'm going to throw a name at you. Tyrell Malacia.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember him?
I do know him.
Yeah.
It's a real-life game of Cluedo.
The latest update is he's maintaining collaboration with an external specialist after knee surgery. Currently in recovery, not expected.
What specialist?
External. Sorry, I don't think I used.
I thought you said nocturnal.
I might
know what keeps falling asleep.
That's what I heard.
Nocturnal's not
Oh,
falling
no.
asleep.
He said external, but I heard nocturnal,
I might
and
have
I'm
said
thinking,
nocturnal. No.
Does that mean you can't sleep?
Nocturnal?
no, nocturnal means night.
Night
So I'm
time.
thinking
right.
like, what's he like? Up at his window sill like an owl.
Yeah, nocturnal. Yeah, that is night time, innit? Or being awake. Is it being awake at night, innit? So I'm glad we cleared that up.
That's insomnia.
Some lass you can't sleep.
No, you dick.
Oh my
He
God.
said external, but I heard nocturnal, and you're thinking insomnia.
Nocturnal animals are animals that are awake at night.
But nothing to do with Malacia.
No.
Like badgers and that.
Badgers, yeah.
Yeah. So let's forget about
Rabbits,
bats and badgers and owls,
Foxes.
and let's just focus on
Voles.
Voles.
and voles. What is a vole?
It's like a shit fucking mouse, I guess,
Like a
isn't it?
shrew. Oh,
No.
one of them
But what's a
sorts of-
shrew? That's that's a shit mouse.
It's a shit vole.
Yeah, a vole. I don't know.
Just like a
Not a
dirty
consonant.
mouse. Nice, really good stuff. That.
That
Hey.
is
High
good.
five.
That
Hey,
is good.
well-
That is good. That is good.
Hey, highbrow jokes on
That
this
is
channel,
good.
kids. Hey, do you know what I mean? We
Anyway, what about
we got
Marcia?
GCSEs and all that. Yeah,
both
I
of
mean, it's just weird, isn't it? Like we've not had him for all season, and then like there's been all this mystery about what's going on with him. Then he's back in training. He's not in training. Now he's back in training. Then he'll be back in a few months. Now he's out for the season.
Well, clearly they fucked up, didn't they?
Yeah,
I think it's safe to say he had some sort of injury. Was the surgery was fucked?
I
To
think
be
so.
fair, you never hear of that,
No.
do you? You
Right.
never hear of anyone going, "Oh, we fucking."
Michael
We fucked that one.
Appleton tackled that, innit? Do you remember when it happened to him? He
What happened?
sued the surgeon. He had surgery.
Where's he nowadays?
I don't know. He was
Has
managing.
Has he gone to Newcastle? Did I? Oi,
Can we Google Michael Appleton, please?
Surely. Ethan might know. Got
Ethan
Appleton.
Pett. Where's Michael Appleton?
It's nice, though.
Right, we're gonna find out.
So he had surgery and went wrong.
He had surgery, I think, when he was at West Brom, and the surgeon messed up his knee, and then he had a court appeal. Well, he sued the surgeon. Fergie gave
What?
evidence. Said, look, I think he was about 23 at the time, and he said, look, he would have had a Premier League career. He's a very good player. Just, we had him at United. He was mint, and then
Yeah.
it just wasn't good enough to beat the likes of Nicky Butt and Scholes in the team. Went to West Brom, would have had a Premier League career,
Yeah.
undoubtedly. Had like
Well,
1 year of it.
Half and half in the Championship. And
Yeah, whatever it was. Yeah, good point. But would have had a decent career. Would have made a lot of money. So I think he got 1.5 million or something, which
hell.
is a lot, but still.
Yeah.
it's
Could he
not.
not do anything at all with his knee?
He couldn't play football. He could walk. He's
Hey.
not. He's like he can walk and train and stuff, but he can't play at a level where you're
Oh,
playing
that's
professional.
Where is he?
football.
Eve?
He got sacked in January by Charlton.
I knew he just lost a job.
He got
yeah.
I
sacked.
thought he
Second
just got a
Charlton.
job.
No, yeah. I
What,
remember
was
that.
he the manager there?
Yeah.
He's
Michael
quite-
Appleton
he's
did
quite
a lot of
a-
managerial. I interviewed him
He's
when he
done
was Blackburn
bits
manager.
with, did he do all right at Oxford?
Yeah, good shout knowledge. I think I'm pretty sure he's been Oxford. He's been Blackpool. He was at Leicester briefly. I think he was assistant at Leicester, Blackburn and Blackpool. Sorry. Yeah, he's done quite a few jobs. He's never quite got going though.
It's mad where a job,
I think
a
Oxford,
management
like-
takes you, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Oxford.
Usually it's one job, one and done. I bet if you had to look at the bell curve of managers, I bet it's one and done.
What do you mean?
They get one job, it goes absolutely fucking west, and then it's done.
That's it.
I reckon if you looked at like percentages, I would say of all managers, like individual managers,
Yeah.
it must be. I'm gonna say over 40% of them is one job.
Really?
Yeah,
I would
think
say
you're right.
like
'Cause
30%
think
of them
about
is
it.
two jobs.
Yeah.
There's not many fucking
Yeah.
Warnocking it about the gaff. You know
And
what I mean?
also,
What-
unless
what-
unless you're a
28
name,
clubs deep.
unless you're like Frank Lampard, where you're a big name,
And he
and
just
you-
got the Canada job.
probably that makes
He
loads
got
of
offered
sense.
it, didn't
By
he?
the way, I didn't know that was a job available. I'd have applied
Did
if,
you get
if
the
that's the
Canada
fucking
job?
level they're going for.
Mate, I could have probably got odds on you. I wish you
Canada's
would have
too
done.
big though.
I'm better than Frank Lampard.
Managing.
Yeah.
It's a good, well, I'm not
Just
gonna
in
argue, I'm not. Yeah, but yeah.
I'm better than him.
I'm managing. Yeah, no.
I'm better
I
than
don't
him.
know why. I said
Is he
that,
think he's better than me?
I'm 100 games deep.
Yeah.
I'm over 70% win rate.
70%
He had
That's
9% win rate in the Prem. No, Cheshire League to Prem, there's probably a difference, right?
But if you get the right
I don't
player, you
reckon
get
it's
their players.
62% difference.
Fucking hell.
It's mad, that,
So
isn't it?
I'm better than Frank Lampard.
But that's the point. Like, if
Prove
you're
me
Frank
wrong.
Lampard,
Can't.
There you go.
No.
There you
you'll
go.
get offered another job if you fail.
Am I employed?
You are employed.
All right, is it my club?
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
you might have a point on
Hey,
that.
yeah.
However, I am employed.
We should
He's
organise
in with
a
the chairman.
Canada
That's why
versus
he's in with the
Paddock
chairman. That's why he's employed. But that's like, unless you're like well known, you probably get one chance. If you mess it up, that's you done, isn't it?
friendly.
Yeah, I think one and done is the vast majority of experiences for managers. Because, like, Joey was the next big thing and then was nothing. David O'Leary.
David O'Leary.
How
He
did he
did
fall
Leeds,
off?
didn't he? Did
Fell
well
off.
at Leeds.
Yeah.
Did he go Villa after that?
Yeah, I think he did, didn't he? Good shout.
Well, there was a Dean Holden that had the Charlton job.
Yeah, Charlton.
Charlton, yeah, not
Charlton.
Not Charlton.
Not Charlton.
He's managing a pub in Charlton.
Yeah, he
he's
was managing
on the-
Charlton
right.
FC
so
under
green.
18 decent team now.
He's a good lad, Dean
And,
Holden.
he's very good lad. Obviously,
Yeah.
he came to Old Trafford that time, didn't he? I think we beat them 3-0. But
He's
now
a
he's gone over to
He's at Etihad.
as like a coach now for under Gerrard.
Does
So
I
he
think
had
he,
that one.
I think he does the podcast I know with Trevor and that one. It's a really
He's
good
a
podcast.
very-
yeah.
he's such
Go
a
and check it out
lovely
if you get the
Dean's
chance.
ace.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a
Wounded,
guy.
he's gone working for Gerrard.
Yeah, but he got after on you.
He's got. Oh, has it?
He's gone. Yeah,
I spoke
he
to him
had
the other day. I didn't know this.
He had the challenge job, didn't he? Got
I
sacked.
don't know him. I
About
just
4
spoke on
games in.
DMs, by the way.
Yeah, and then yeah, he went over to work over there, and he's doing all right.
He's fucking loving it.
Well, that's ruined my plans to get him on the brew. So I said to him, "We'll have to get you on the brew." And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, he's not asked, is he? He's like, yeah.
Mate, he is living it up, tanning his nutsack in Saudi Arabia. He don't give a fuck.
Right, we'll go over there then. We'll do it. We'll do
get
it.
your
We'll do it
nuts
on
out?
location.
You're not tanning your nuts?
I don't tan my nuts.
Do you nuts tan?
Do you know what's a great question?
Do your nuts not tan?
I do go darker, but I don't know if my nuts tan.
Baby oil that shit up and find
I
out.
don't know. I'll have to find out.
You've
yeah,
got to be
it's
somewhere
interesting.
where you got to be comfortable getting your nuts out. You couldn't be doing it around a pool.
What, like
Nudist beach.
Fantastic. Hey,
Oh, that's true.
yeah, you're going there. No, you're on your own.
You've been to Fantastic?
Mate, I go all the time. Don't worry about that.
No,
And I
you
get the
don't.
funny looks I get when I come out of there.
You do not.
You know what I do? You know what I do? When,
No, you don't.
when I'm coming out, someone's going in and like, I go, I was white when I walked in.
What in the 1980s humour is this?
So funny. But they all fell asleep.
Open all hours once the joke's back.
I do go in there now and again. Like, I'm not making it up.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's class.
Maybe the likely lads. Sounds like a likely lad.
Yeah, nah, yeah, because you go darker, don't you, when it's
And is
thingy.
it just a couple of minutes, like just
I
standing
do,
there?
either 6 or 9. 6 or 9 minutes. Why are you laughing? You've been away with me. You've seen me go darker, haven't you?
I'm not. I don't think he's laughing
but I
at
didn't
that.
thought you
It's
were
the
for
fact
a
that you've
sunbed.
got a fucking membership card for a sunbed place. I think's the thing.
You go 6 or 9 minutes. It's mad that. I didn't know that. Have you been on a bed?
Not in 15 years, I wouldn't have thought.
I've never been. I
Have you
might
not?
need it though.
Right, well, I've never been inside
You,
the
would
San
you
Minos.
take me?
Well, if you want, you can come to the one in Eccles, but I can't remember
That'd
what
be
it's
nice.
called. It's not called Fantastic. I just use that name. But if you want to come, you can come down with me anyway.
Mint.
I want to talk about Thiago Motta and his 2-7-2 tactics because I've got the tactical genius here that is Stephen Howson.
I want your take on the 2-7-2 tactic.
I thought it was a misprint. I thought 2-7-2. No, you add it up to 10, don't you? Yeah, you add it up to 10 normally, like 4-3-3, 4-4-2.
Depends because
That's why I thought 2-7-2 was wrong.
Trainer coach Lou Van Gaal, like they always talk about the 1-4-3-3.
Right, see. So I just thought that can't be right. 2-7-2 because that adds up to 11.
No wonder he's good.
But yeah, but apparently the keeper is heavily involved in this. Am I right in thinking?
Right. The
But the
problem
reason I'm
is-
asking about this, by the way, just to give some context to it, is Thiago Motta has been linked with the Manchester United job, doing bits at Bologna. He's got them to 4th, I think, in Serie A, and he's one of the many names sort of being suggested as a potential successor to Erik Ten Hag if he does leave in the summer. There you go.
Right. So I have done a video on it, obviously.
That's the least surprising thing.
It's
that's ever
probably a
happened to
couple
me.
of months ago.
Right, yeah, sorry, I'm behind the times.
So I don't know when it was actually, but I have done a video on him. The problem with Thiago Motta's 2-7-2, everyone goes, wait, what? He's just fucking flipped it 90 degrees. So instead of saying 4-3-3, he's gone left wing 2,
Right.
middle of the pitch 7, hence why it includes the goalkeeper, right hand side of the pitch 2.
So it's not a revolutionary new
Oh shit.
formation.
No.
It's 4-3-3 or whatever.
Jay, I play 2-7-2 if you want to get that
Right,
right.
okay.
So
Well,
like
I'm glad you've explained this to me.
Yeah,
'cause
'cause
I had it in my news.
confused.
I had it in my news this morning. I was like 2-7-2. Well, that's wrong.
Right, I play 4-2-3-1, right? With my fucking vanity project, right? We play, and when we play in the opposition half,
Yeah.
I play 2 centre halves just
play?
either side of the centre circle, right?
Yeah.
And they would be as part of that. They're a pair. I play 2 number 6s in front of them. So you got like a security square that tries to block passes going in. Also gives you angles and passes. So I have a square of 2 centre halves, 2 defensive midfielders. So this is down the centre line of the pitch. I then play a number 10 and number 9 off each other. So there's 6 down the centre of the pitch.
Right.
And of course there's a goalkeeper. If your goalkeeper's over in one of the fucking wings, you're doing it wrong.
Right.
So the goalkeeper generally is in the middle.
Right.
So therefore it's 7.
Why?
And then I have a left winger and a left back in the left, and a right winger and a right back in the left. No one's sitting here going, fuck me, Steve has absolutely reinvented the fucking wheel there.
Yeah.
No, it's you can do 4-3-3 like this. You can do 4-2-3-1 like this. You can do 4-4-2 like this. I don't know why everyone has to call it fucking 2-7-2. Does he hold his width? Yeah. So what? Like, it's if he's trying to play with width and saying it like that because it's like, no, them two have to stay there. Cool.
Yeah, but it's not this sort of tactic or formation we've never seen before.
No.
in
It's
the
just
world.
said differently.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's like if you played a 3-5-2, something like that, you might call that a fucking 1-9-1.
Right. Okay.
Do something like that.
Yeah. So I thought it was like, do you remember when like 4-5-0 became a thing? In was it 4-5-0?
Usually when someone's had a man sent off.
Sorry,
Yeah.
4-5-0. What was the one? Was it
4-6-0.
4-6-0? Sorry, 4-5-0. Maths is my strong point. 4-6-0 became a thing, didn't it? Like everyone was like, oh, Spain play without a striker. It's just like 6 midfielders and 4 defenders, and that's it. I thought this was like some crazy formation that he'd attempted, but not really. You're just reading it differently. Yeah. Right. One final question. We mentioned in signings before, and I'm looking at Ten Hag. I'm looking at this new structure. Look at how he's going to get help with signings, right? If he stays, obviously, he might be someone else in that dugout. And I was looking at the signings that Erik Ten Hag's made, and I want to see him stay, and I want to see him get a better structure in place. I was thinking, is the one you can say that Erik Ten Hag has made that has been a definite successful signing? I'm not talking, right, before we get into this, there's a difference between a good player and a good signing.
Yeah.
Martinez is a good player. No one's saying he's not.
Well, there's a
successful
little,
signing.
there's a breakdown of what he's done, hasn't he? With Casemiro and Eriksson, Martinez, you got Onana and Højlund, and obviously the free signing with
About
Evans.
half a dozen on loan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say there is a player out there that I think for an entire season has given a 7.5, 8 out of 10 performance for United. For the entire season. They've all either done all right or, like Martinez, like you say,
Great player.
little glimpses
Great player.
of like moments, and you think, fuck, and then he's injured. I mean, I always think about what role he might have had in the FA Cup final against City, and you think, but he missed it.
Might have been 0-0 for about a minute.
It could have been. He might have done. He might have been able to
He might have
stop.
bought us that extra 52 seconds.
Exactly. But no, I can't say at the moment of recording.
Yeah.
There's like Anthony. I've not even mentioned Anthony yet.
No. It's like Højlund's a good player.
No one's going to bat for that. No one's going.
no.
Tell you what, Anthony, bargain.
No.
Signing of the fucking. I think Onana's been a success. I don't agree he was as bad as people were making him out to be in the league the entire season. Yes, he had 2-3 games in the Champions League where he dropped a bollock, but like people extrapolating that to like he was bad till like a fortnight ago is insane.
Yeah.
Like he's consistently been getting absolutely peppered with shots. He's consistently been saving some. Yeah, like I say, he's had a couple of fluffs, but don't act like Peter Schmeichel never did mad shit, because I'll pull up the receipts.
Yeah, exactly. And then,
The only one I ain't got that on is like Van der Sar, because he didn't really fuck up.
No, because he's the best.
Is
keeper we've ever had.
Casemiro a good signing?
Is he a successful signing?
Wait,
Yeah,
go
sorry.
ahead. Has he been available every single week? Obviously. Was he a complete and utter bargain that we got for like peanuts? Obviously. He plays for free as well. I don't know that. So yeah, unmitigated. And also zero discipline issues.
Yeah, that's
Like,
it. Available
available
all
every
the time.
single week.
Best ability is availability. Yeah, he's always there.
So is that a yes?
We're looking at like £4 million a game, I reckon, for him.
Yeah. I don't think he is. I think if we'd have done this last February,
That's how we should break it down.
Go
We
on.
should break that. Do you want people to talk about the spend of
talking about
managers'
spend,
teams?
net spend. Yeah.
I reckon you should do aggregated spend over how many games they've played. So someone like Rio, shitload of cash, played like fucking 500-600 games for United.
Unbelievable value.
Yeah,
Worth
what's it
every
like
penny.
fucking 20 grand a game? Score, yeah.
Yeah, especially when you compare it to trophies won as well. How much does
Yeah.
that helps as well? What's
So
that
there's a
cost you?
formula that we could do in
Yeah.
an Excel spreadsheet there easily.
You love your
Over,
spreadsheets.
Get that sorted.
so we could do appearances divided by fucking cost multiplied by trophies or some shit like that. Anyway, Casemiro, problematic on that stuff front. You know, Jack Grealish probably problematic on that front.
Yeah,
Probably
they
gets
just
a
get
bit
away
of
with
division from trophies, but problematic on that
I
front.
think all the United ones are. I think like someone like Højlund, for example, who's been he's a good player. He's young. I've no doubt he'll have a good career, and I think he'll be at United. I just think so far,
Is he the best?
I think Onana's him or Onana maybe. I don't know. I think Martinez has been the best in terms of performances, but he's missed so many games now.
Yeah, I don't like the amount of people that are going, I think he's injury prone. But I think like it's if it was the same injury, you can go, that's a problem. But it's been like 3 different
The
things.
West Ham one's annoying, isn't it? Because that was like
it was
genuinely
fucking
just a freak
deliberate.
injury.
Fucking deliberate, you fucking... Was it Souček?
No, it was someone like that. One of the other ones. I don't know. They're all the same, aren't they? The Hammers. What are you laughing at? I don't mean it like that. Thank you.
Listen,
it's not him, it's the other one.
I won't get away with saying that, listen.
Was it Fornals? Was it him? Anyone?
I don't know.
I'm a chill go for this.
Yeah, all right. I think that's us done, gentlemen. Unless
I've
there's
had a
anything
lovely
else.
time.
Stephen, is anything else? That's...
Well, I was reading that extra note which talks about semi-automatic offside. How's it semi-automatic?
I don't know. I wasn't even going to bother with that, but I mean, we can discuss it if you want. Semi-automatic offsides.
How's it semi anything?
Yeah, I don't know.
Semi-automatic. Semi-pro.
Semi-on. What's all that about? Hey, come on. Doesn't work, does it? I don't know what that is.
The offside rule needs changing.
They're going to bring it on.
Yeah.
You're going to accommodate VAR. Then
in what way would you change it?
there needs to be like daylight. Yeah, or no, I think
no,
Have we said this? There's two options.
I think that causes problems as well.
Fat lines for all.
Right.
So a massive fat line.
Yeah.
So you go, that's where the last man is. You get a margin of error line. Fat lines for all, say it.
Yeah, fat lines for all.
Right?
Yeah.
So you get a big margin of error. So you get a big fat line. Or you have it somewhere in the case of like, if your bodies are still covering each other,
Yeah.
then you're not offside.
Right, okay.
And I'm talking torsos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
As
you
long
can't
as-
be like, my finger was over fucking Joe's elbow, therefore not
That's
offside.
if it can be clear like that, right? You've told like torso's fine. Fat lines are like, I think we need to get back to the not like that.
Ain't that the problem?
Yeah.
You left that behind.
I have.
You got to make it something like that, because when you're fucking zooming in on someone's pixelated ball bag to see if they was onside or offside,
Is it tanned?
it's not.
Great question.
It's not in the spirit of the rule. And everyone fucking trying to defend this Arsenal penalty from the other night and said it's not in the spirit of the
Right.
rule. So it's
Don't get him started.
Yes.
You hate Arsenal.
Yes.
Any-
What are you saying about that Gabriel penalty?
it's a fucking penalty.
Thank you.
It is a penalty.
I
How's it
thought
not
I'm
a
in
penalty?
fucking living in a dream world. Everyone's like, oh, well, he's made a silly mistake. Oh, right, so he's just allowed to make silly mistakes in
Didn't we
Champions
have one of
League
these
quarterfinals?
against United not long ago? I feel like it might have been during VAR times. Oh, sorry, during COVID times when there was no fans in, where the whistle was played for something. Didn't someone take one and we pressed it and they said, oh, we haven't took it?
Newcastle with Ronnie.
Was it?
Ronnie scored and they went, oh, no, my hand weren't up. So he'd blown his whistle, but he hadn't put his hand up or something. So it didn't count. Was that right, Eve? Can you remember? We drew 0-0 with Newcastle at Old Trafford, but Ronnie did that. But this whole thing of, well, it's a kid's mistake. So, okay, what if I go and one arrow you, am I not just acting like a petulant child, so it's a kid's mistake? So don't give me red card, because he's just being a bit of a kid.
Yeah, but
like, rules are there for black and whiteness. It's rules. And it's like, if he's thick enough to pick a ball up after the whistle's gone, I'm sorry, it deserves a penalty.
The way he's played it to you as well, he's played it in front of you for you to step onto it. He's not played it in front of you because he can't pass it 5 yard.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a pass to you. And you've picked it up because you're stupid.
and also, that is a pattern that you lot play.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, it's not like the manager passed it yet and he went up, picked it up. Like,
Ball boy, something. Yeah.
I'll tell you now, right? If Bayern Munich were going out by like a goal,
Fuming.
they'll be just incredulous with rage.
Jade leading the bus at the front.
Yeah.
Oh no, but I think it's
And women.
stupid where you go, oh right, it's a kid's mistake. So
There was more made up about Saka's obvious dive. Should he got a penalty? No, he should have been fucking booked because it was simulation.
Mate,
and it still
so
wasn't as
no
bad as
paper on
Lewandowski's last night because, oh my fucking God, what was that?
I didn't see the Lewandowski.
And then the
one.
commentary was like, oh, he's drawn a foul there. No, he's launched himself into the air as a player's gone across his shadow. Like, are you fucking insane? Call it for what it is, please. Commentary teams, go. He's tried to con the world there. That's embarrassing. Say it.
Say it.
Say it.
I'm not saying
That
it
and
again.
fat
I'm not saying
lines.
it again.
That and
Fat lines and stop fucking diving. United have had 3 penalties and you could argue none of them was a penalty.
I did argue
The first one,
that very thing.
yeah, but do you know what I mean?
On
And then you see
social
like
media.
fucking Hoyland's getting absolutely fucking Hadouken through a table and nothing.
No.
The amount of penalties that United just don't get, like the handballs. I mean, there was like half a dozen against Spurs this year. Fucking Schnellmacher. Whatever that means.
There you go. Not only is he having a rant, he's inventing languages in words. Fantastic. That's been Stephen Howson. That's been Joe McGrath. I've been Jay Motty. This has been Off the Bar, brought to you by Green King Sport. Don't forget to check them out on socials. Don't forget as well to hit like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.